Recording. Okay, we're recording. Okay, so before we get started with Bree's here to talk about VIP groups, which is a very important topic because being online, that is like our storefront. But I first wanted to say it's the end of the month. So this is the last day of the month. It was a short month, and we have another record-breaking month as a team, which is crazy. And just to make sure to check your numbers. So I'm going to share a post a little bit later today to check your numbers, make sure, if you're close to your bonus, really hustle to get your, maybe take a look at some of your downlines, especially if they're a newer rep, and help them reach their benchmarks that they're looking to reach. And yeah, just make sure you're checking your numbers before we end, and make sure every order has home in an event. I totally missed the boat on that in December, and I think I lost out on like 5 orders, and I missed the boat again this month. So I sent like an emergency email to Zyia to see if I can get those orders into events. I don't know if they're going to get it on weekends, but I at least sent the email. So make sure you at least send something off that each order has a house in an event so that you're getting the rewards. So with those reminders, we have Brianna Hall with us today. Bree's my cousin, and she is a director with Zyia, massive goals and constantly plowing through and reaching those. She's been so consistent in her business and has never done anything like this before, just felt pulled and called to, jump in online businesses, and she has been doing amazing. I've learned so much from Bree, so I'm super excited to have Bree come on and talk with us today about her knowledge and what she's learned and running VIP groups. So thanks for coming, Bree.
Thanks, Court, for that nice introduction. Hi, guys. Like Courtney said, I'm Brianna Hall, and I've been working my Zyia business for about 18 months now. Like Courtney said, I just decided on a whim to jump in after I had a party with Courtney, and just like all of us kind of fell in love with the clothes. So I jumped in last August. And so it's been a crazy ride. At the beginning, I was just kind of doing my own thing. I'm a teacher full time. So basically I was just selling to my colleagues for a while, and I was super happy with that. And then started slowly building a team, and now I have a great team underneath me, and just kind of starting to work the business that way. But I really wanted to come in and talk about VIP groups today, not necessarily because my VIP group is amazing or incredible. Like, I have some reps on my team that have amazing VIP groups that are like my goal for my VIP group. So it's not that I'm trying to say, my VIP group is amazing. I've learned, especially in the last couple of months, I've learned some things about VIP groups that I want to share with everyone, because especially for newer reps and even reps that have been doing it for a while, if I can save you some of the mistakes, because I made some mistakes, and if I can save you from making the same mistakes I did, and then you can grow your VIP group faster than I did, or you can add some quality to your VIP groups, then that's what it's all about. So that's why I chose to talk about VIP groups today. And so the first thing that I wanted to touch on about VIP groups is when I first started, I built my VIP group very slowly. So I first added people that I knew would support me, like not necessarily would buy things, but would be supportive of my new venture. So I added like my family and friends that I knew that wouldn't be judgmental of, sometimes people can be judgy when you start to do something, step out of your comfort zone. And I, like probably a lot of you, I was so worried about what people would think. What are people thinking? What are people thinking? Why is she doing this? What is she doing now? I didn't want to annoy people. That was my whole thing. I was so worried about that. So I only invited the people that I knew for sure would not have those feelings. And then slowly I started to invite other people, and people added their friends to my VIP group, and it grew that way. And my VIP group is really my bread and butter. I do parties as well, but I can usually hit bonus just from some really good customers in my VIP group. But I've missed the boat on adding people into my VIP group that I was too nervous that they would judge me. And then I've come to find out one girl that I was going to add to my VIP group, and I chickened out. I was like, oh, I don't know what she's a teacher at my daughter's school. And I was going to add her to my VIP group. And then I thought, oh, I don't want her to judge me. Then come to find out, she joined as a Zyia rep under a different team completely, like not even under our team, not even under Team Canada, under a different team. And I missed the boat there because she could be on my team. And I was too afraid to add her because I was too afraid of what she would think of me. And so I just think that we should, be confident in what we're doing. And if you just don't worry about what other people think, because if they get annoyed by you, then they're going to just keep on scrolling. So, and who cares really? Who cares what other people think? And so that's something that I've grown to, that's really helped. Zyia's helped me to grow to value my own goals and my own wants and needs over the opinions of others. So I think that if you're just starting out, and just invite your Facebook friends, just invite your list to your VIP group. And if they don't join, they don't join. You're not going to be everybody's cup of tea. But I think that if I had done that, then my VIP group would have grown a little bit faster. And another person that I didn't add to my VIP group, she ended up, one of the reps on my team, luckily, ended up getting her as a customer, and she's like one of her best customers. So again, I missed the boat there just because I was so afraid of what people would think. So just don't be afraid to invite people to your VIP group. So then once I realized that, and I got, my VIP group was getting pretty good, then I started to sign reps up. And so a few of my best customers became reps. Yep.
Just, can I ask you a question before you move on to the next part?
Yeah. Yep.
For inviting, do you just like invite them via like the invite button, or do you reach out to them and like invite them to come join you?
So when I'm inviting people on my own page, like my own Facebook page, my Facebook friends, I don't usually reach out to them, just because I've already gone on my Facebook page before and said, I'm doing this now, or I will share different things. So they kind of know what it's all about. So I don't do that. But if I'm inviting someone that is not on my Facebook, I will. So sometimes I've had like an acquaintance that I've seen on Facebook, and I've added them to Facebook, sent them a message, and then invited them to my VIP group. So if it's someone that I know knows what I'm doing with Zyia, I don't really usually reach out with a message. But if it's not, then if it's a more cold contact, then I will.
Okay, so you just like use the little invite button where it will send them an invite.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Does anybody else want to jump in before I move on about adding people to be? Okay. So the next thing that I was saying is that once some of my best customers became reps, I found that, so not only did I lose them in my, as a customer and as someone contributing to my group, I found that sometimes they had added people to my group and those people left with them. So they started their new business, and then those people started to buy from them or started to interact on their page. So then it left me I needed to build up again. I needed to start from scratch. And that happened to me 2 or 3 times, which is great because I love having my reps. I love signing new reps. I love having them build their business and having their people support them. And you need more support when you're beginning anyway. So I love that. But I just had to start getting a little bit more creative, because I always, ask, do giveaways to get people to invite their friends, but it just wasn't, I sort of was running out of people to invite, and my group wasn't growing with the speed that I wanted it to, relating to the people that I was losing. So what I started to do is with parties is, like all of us, you probably do a little blurb at the end of your party saying, join my group. That's where we have so much fun, whatever your post is. So I would do that. And sometimes I would get 1 or 2 people that would join. Sometimes I would get none. And so what I decided to do is ask my hostess to invite everyone who joined the party. I asked my hostess to do that. And then I say, if I tell her that if she does that, then I always give her an extra 25% off item. So with her hostess rewards, I just let her pick something under retail, and then I let her, I basically give her my discount on one item, and that has really helped people to invite their party guests to my group. So then those are a whole new group of people that I don't know, fresh
Brianna,
people, and then yeah.
Sorry. We're allowed to do that. So if like someone had a party and then I wanted to give them 20% off, I can do that, like give them my discount.
Yeah, you can give your discount whenever you want.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Just like a little incentive. You can incentivize everything except people joining as a rep.
Yeah.
You can't incentivize that, but everything else you can give your discount to anyone.
Man,
it's not good for you to do that a lot because then you don't make commission, but
no, yeah, but then it's not coming out of my pocket.
Exactly.
Right? So that's where I'm like, wow, why didn't I do that?
Yeah, no, and I find that people, all they have to do is invite their, oh, sorry.
What do you mean by it's not coming out of your pocket to give people your discount?
Well, like if I was offering 10 or 15% off, that's like not an option in our back office. So if I like say my VIP group, if this or that, they win the this or that challenge and I give 15% off, then I'm reimbursing them that 15% or whatever. So that's coming out of my pocket.
Right.
But in the back office, if I give them my discount, then that just, I don't get commission on that, but I'm not paying like a fee to them. Or am I misunderstanding completely?
No, you're right. That I wouldn't do. How is this helping you to do that?
Me? I'm not doing it. I didn't know that we could do that.
But wait, how is this good? Wait, someone explain to me how it's good to do this. Why is this helpful?
So I don't go into my back office and give them my discount that way. I will order, I will give them an extra item at 25% off, but the way I do it is in the hostess rewards, I let them order another hostess retail item. And then I only charge them 75% of it. And then because I'm making commission off of hostess retail. So then they save the 25%, but I'm not paying the 25% because I'm just basically giving them my discount.
You make almost nothing off of host rewards though. You know that, right?
But you do make commission on host retail on if you order it under, if you click under hostess retail, you do make commission on that.
I am not following this at all.
When you're doing I'm going to jump in. I know what Brianna is saying because I've done the same thing as well. When you are going into your back office and closing a party, you have three options. You have your half off item, your hostess credits, and then there's a button that says hostess retail. So when you click that and you order through there, you will make commission on that. And so if you're using that to order something and give it to them at 25% off, you're going to be making your 28% if you hit your bonus. So you're still making money on that item that you've ordered. So they're getting a deal. You're just not making the full 28% on that item. You're just getting 3% on that item that you've given them. Because if you go in and try and order something at 25% off in your back office and you're like rep discount, you're not going to make commissions on that, and you're not going to be able to order it through their party and have it sent to them. So that's what Brianna's doing.
So you're closing a party for somebody and you're putting in all of their hostess reward order. And then at that time, you're adding an additional item onto that order, basically, is what you're doing, as opposed to having them just order something separately and like reimbursing them.
Yeah. And I'm doing it as an incentive
so
that they invite people.
But when you do that item that you're putting in is discounted at 25% off, like with the discount, or no?
No,
that item that you add in should be full price.
It is, but I'm only charging them 75% because I know that I'm going to be getting 28% back in commission.
Okay. I got it. So you're having them pay, but you're using their card, right? So you're just reimbursing them?
So
Or are
sometimes,
you,
so sometimes,
using your card?
yeah, I would use my card for, or it depends. It depends on the situation. Like, it depends on if they're getting me to use my card and transferring me, then I'll just do the math that way and only charge them for the
Gotcha.
75%. Or there's a couple different ways you can do it depending on the actual, what the hostess is doing and how they're paying.
Sorry, Brianna, I have another question.
Sure.
So then you only make them pay 75% on that item, right?
That's right.
Okay.
Just that one item. The rest is the same. So that's
This is new
just,
for me. I've never heard of anybody that's doing this. So that's why I'm trying to figure it out. Sorry. I'm
No,
still trying to figure
that's
it
why
out.
I'm asking questions too. I've never heard of it either. So I really like it. I'm trying to understand.
and it's just as like I just say to them, this is what I'm going to do if you invite people to my party or to my group from your party, and then I see that they've invited their people, then when they're closing out their hostess rewards, then that's what I offer them.
Nice.
Does anybody else have any questions or anything to add that you're doing, like, that we could add to this part about growing your group?
Thanks for sharing that, because that's a great way to get them an incentive to get them to add. I never thought about that.
Well, I always post that little blurb and get people to try to but they don't always do it, and if they do, it's only a couple. And it's great because those people have already been introduced to Zyia. You've already given them, so they're really good to get into your group. And then I've also tried just asking my hostess, and then sometimes they do and sometimes they don't. Like, if people are busy, if you give them an incentive, they will. So that's why I started to try that. And I have slowly been building my group up that way. And it's really worked well for me.
Good idea.
Hey, it's Nicole. Can I just jump in, Brianna, for a sec?
Absolutely. Hi, Nicole.
Hi. Look at you, Mama. That's amazing. You have lots going on right now. You're
Eggs
beautiful.
under my eyes.
I also just want to add to what Brianna is saying in terms of inviting people to your VIP group. I also do a little post at the end of the party to join my VIP group, whatever, blah, 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 however I want to do it. And then I always also, on top of that, send every person in the party a direct link to my VIP group with a little blurb that says, hey, hope you enjoyed the party. And I have two different sort of messages. If they didn't order, I say, I have a little blurb about, like, maybe it's not your thing right now, but you never know what will happen in the future. Hope you can take a minute to check out my group. It's more than just Zyia. It's a community of uplifting, inspiring women who blah, 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 blah. So I do that. And then people who did order, I say sort of the same thing, but add, in case you want to build your wardrobe, blah, 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 something like that. So I also send them like a personal invite through Messenger with like the link to my VIP group, if that makes sense.
That's a great idea. So for the same reasons that I talked about before, I wouldn't send messages very often because I was like, oh, I'm annoying, whatever. But I just did a party swap with a friend, and she sells Tupperware. And so then I hosted a Tupperware party for her. She's hosting a Zyia one for me. And she did that. She sent everybody messages, and she did so much better that way. Like, it
always works for me. I know, because some people in the parties, by the end of the party, they're like, that's a lot of posts.
Yeah.
But I often, and I get a response back, oh, thanks, I'll check it out. And like 90% of them would like actually join, who have interacted or whatever. Like, obviously you're always going to get a few who don't want to, but like, whatever, you're missing out if you don't want to join. No big
exactly.
deal.
And Nicole, do you reach out to every party guest as well to see, like, to check in to try to help them order?
Yep, I sure do.
Okay.
So I always make it like I always spin my wording like we're helping our girl out, get her rewards. We love her. We want her to get her wish list fulfilled. So I just kind of like manipulate my words of like, let's get our girl these rewards. We are going to support her, blah, blah, blah. And so I do usually before the second last day of the party, send everyone in the party a message. Like, I know it's a lot sometimes to send everyone a message, but you could just do like a copy and paste one and it really doesn't take long. Sending them a message, just letting them know, hey, if you need help finding something you love, I'm here for you. Our girl is so close to her rewards, blah, 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 whatever. So yes, I do send that.
Okay, awesome.
This is a great call, guys. All these like ideas going back and forth. So I have a question. When you guys send messages, do you add them as a friend, or
Yep.
do most of them know to check their other folder? You add them first and then send message so that it goes into their regular inbox?
I usually add them as friends.
Good for you.
But sorry, I don't always, that's now that I'm thinking of this, Courtney, I don't always add them as a friend, but I do say to my hostess, I'm sending all your peeps messages, so maybe just let them know to look for a message from me, like if I don't know them or they haven't interacted or whatever. And sometimes people don't respond, and I totally get it. They're just like, no, I'm not into it right now. Fine, I'm not pushing it, I'm not being pushy, I'm just sending that one message out, and here you go.
To add on to that, which I'm totally going to start doing, but the other thing is that, so from this Tupperware party, another thing that I learned is she sent everyone a message at the end of the party and asked if they needed help, but she sent a message, like, so she sent the message to the party guest and me. So she did both of us. And then, so then it came into the regular inbox.
Wow, these are great ideas. And I
So
see
then
that
it looked like it was,
Mary says in the chat that she checks in after they receive their order and sends an invite to her VIP group as well.
I always do that. And in the beginning it was easy because my sales maybe weren't as big, but I've had a boom lately the last couple months. And so I always am tracking, and then I send everyone a message. Not always like my repeat customers, but any new customers, I always send them a message to check in to see how they like Zyia. And they're always like really appreciative, like, oh, this is awesome customer service, thank you, I'll definitely, how do I go about ordering again? And like, then if they didn't see the link, then I add them, and then yeah.
awesome.
This is
I'm
all great
having
info.
trouble checking customer orders because my tracking isn't there for anybody for the last like 3 weeks. So like I can't even, unless I go in and see it, and that's been really frustrating for me because it's been like, that's my go-to.
Same, I was wondering about that.
Sometimes I don't, like, if I don't even know that they that their order is there yet, I just send them a message anyway. Hey, I'm just checking in, did you get your Zyia yet? And if not, hopefully it's there soon or whatever. Like, I find it's even okay just to check in even if they don't have it yet. And then, oh, why don't you send me a message when you get it? Because I know it's hard with tracking as well. I've been having that problem too.
Do you guys use the Canada Post app? Somebody had mentioned that before, and I have it on my phone. So once I get the tracking number, I put it in the Canada Post app with the customer's name, and then I can follow when it's being delivered. So I know when they get it, and then a couple of days later, I always follow up with them. It's, see, I have it on my phone here.
That's a great idea, Mary. I didn't know we could do an app.
See right there? And then all my customers are in there.
Oh, wow.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, I think it was Angie maybe that had mentioned it one time. So yeah, I know whenever they get it or where it's at in transit, and it's a great little feature.
Awesome.
So I have the app as well and I track them, but how do you add the name? Because that's the problem
just hit
I'm
edit.
having a problem with. And I'm like, okay, so it's been delivered. Now I have to go back to the back
Yeah.
office, figure out who's
See
it
the little
was.
pencil? Let me see. There's a little pencil up here.
Yeah.
You just hit edit. and then I add the name in.
Oh, okay, perfect. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. Otherwise, it's overwhelming.
That's awesome. Thanks, Mary. I didn't know that we had that there was an app either.
So sorry, I'm like just thinking this is a great idea, but when you have like a lot of sales, how do you keep track? I don't know how you ladies do it. Like it's just, I'm like overwhelmed here. I'm like, oh my God, like when you got $7,000 of sales, you guys are tracking every one of them. That's amazing. Can anybody answer that?
Well, we all don't have 7,000 sales, so you're killing it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I've never
At the
had that in my life.
Like at the beginning, it would be okay, but now
Yeah.
I have a binder and everything, but now I'm like, holy shit, like I can't do this. Like my husband is a business operator. He's successful. He's helped me. And he's like, yeah, I don't know, Jas. He's like, that's hard. So
Yeah.
I'm like,
Well, and I
know.
think that's what Nicole said too. Like it was easier at the beginning, but now that she's getting more sales, it's harder. Yeah, so we'll have to maybe brainstorm on that because I'm not getting like.
With apps, thanks, Mary. That's awesome. I will try to do as much as possible. Maybe I can get my 14-year-old. Oh no.
An employer 14-year-old, there's gonna be a tax write-off.
I just want to add to your VIP thing, how you do the 25%. I kind of do that, but not. What I do is at the end, when I know most orders are in, like pretty much the last day, I'll say, I used to do that little blur, join my group, and then you get the odd people. But now what I do is if they join, there's a $25 gift card that I give away, which is kind of like 25%.
Mhm.
So as soon as it says at the end of, like, if you've done it, post done below, so they'll comment done, and I know to check and add them to my group because I haven't opened it up yet because I kind of control who comes in. I'm still not there yet where I want it out there. Anyway, so I just decided doing that in the last month and a half. I guess last month I started, and I've already seen a big increase. So I mean, I don't have the biggest number because I don't just let anybody in, but it's working. Just a suggestion.
No, that's a great idea. That's a great idea. Because then when they hit done, then because that's another problem that I find sometimes is they can add them all day long, but they're not accepting the ad. If they're not accepting the ad, then you're no further ahead. So
Exactly. The difference this month in my challenge, because all those new people who joined last month obviously didn't do my challenge, but this month I have this water challenge and I've already have 20 ladies in there that are not normally part of my challenges. So it's working. So just thought I'd throw that out there. So that's all. I'm going to take my camera off. Being on camera, ladies.
That's another great idea to grow your group is offer challenges. Like a 5 free, water challenge to get people in there. Sorry, Bree, we'll let you keep going. We had a ton of questions.
It's saying my internet's unstable. So if I'm getting cut off, that's why. Does anybody else have anything that they want to add or any questions about anything that we've already talked about?
Were you guys talking about tracking like large quantities? I missed, there was like a question about like having a system for that. Is that?
Yeah. So they were reaching out to the customers after they got their items to like check in and try to get them to join their group. But then some of the reps were saying that, when you have like $7,000 in sales, how are you going to track that?
These are
Which
good problems
is a
to
good
have.
problem, right? It's a good problem.
So I don't do that type of tracking, but I do, I don't have quite that much of a problem with it. But I use Excel as like a business tracker, which I'm not very Excel savvy. So my husband is, and I had him, he built me one. And so what I use that for personally currently is to track numbers for, keeping track of like as the month progresses, like if I and our team are in this level, I will make this and this and this and this. And so I use that to kind of track kind of how I'm progressing and how our team is progressing. And then also to track looking retroactively at like, okay, so here's, you know, at 2 weeks in January, level 1 was at this, level 2 was at this, level 3 was at this, just to kind of have like a macro view of like what our business looks like and what it's doing. But you could build something similarly where you could really have, you know, some sort of tracking where you just have a simple thing where, you know, the person's name is put in, you know, kind of general what they purchased and, you know, kind of date that it was shipped or, you know, whatever, and then kind of use that as just like a checklist. I did something like that before because I do thank yous to everybody. And so I would do something like that because otherwise, like even now, like I've stopped using it again. And I was just looking at my back office and I'm like, oh shoot, there was like this new woman that ordered stuff. And I always thank people in Messenger or whatever. And I thank people in my VIP group when they purchase and all of those things. But I also, for first time customers, send like a handwritten thank you note. And I was like, I missed hers. Like I need to go back and do that. So having some sort of like Excel spreadsheet where you could track, and then you could have like a check thing where you're like, thank you note sent or message sent or whatever it is. Did they receive it? You know, and kind of have like sort of a running checklist of like when things are arriving would probably be helpful just to have sort of like, and then also you could keep that and look back. And so when something launches and there's like a new color in like, you know, a certain bra or whatever, you'd also be like, oh, like so-and-so and so-and-so and so-and-so, they all got, you know, this bra in black, maybe they'd be interested in pink. I'll send them a message or whatever it is. But I think building out, I know there's a variety of like kind of sort of like apps and stuff that people have used and like note apps and various other stuff. I think just a simple Excel might be a nice way just to be able to like have some like little check boxes and be like, yes, have I talked to them? Yes. Are they fine? Yes. You know, like have they joined my VIP? Yes. Like would they be a good hostess? Yes, no. Like, should I talk to them about being a rep? Yes, no. Whatever it is, you could build a ton of stuff in it. I'm not good with this, but somebody who has like a basic understanding of Excel can do it. And then just have like kind of a nice place to check stuff. I have to go take out Harper's banana bread. I'll be back.
I love
Hopefully.
it. Love the idea. That would be easy tracking because it kind of just adds everything for you. So you can probably put in your Excel a yes or no complete at the end too. I love it.
Okay, so I'm just gonna jump in here quickly. So I think majority of you guys know who Jessica Larson is. So she actually has created some papers that you can print off, and that's what I did. I think she asked like $2.50 or something, but it's easy enough to create yourself. And that's how I keep track of my customers. Obviously, there is a lot of repeat customers, and I do a lot of local ordering under my name. So that's also an easy way for me to keep track of who of my customers ordered that's actually under my name, because my name shows up so many times in my back office. It's so difficult to find it. I don't know if there's an easy way to put in the order number and it just pops up, but I haven't figured it out yet. So what I would do is on the sheet that I bought from her, you can put the date it was ordered, the customer name, like I would put, if it's under my name, my customer's name, what they ordered, if it has been delivered, and their tracking number, and if I did a follow-up. So I believe in the old paper way. So that's how I keep track of my customers. And that way I can also easier track it and do the follow-up with my people. Obviously, my repeat customers, I'm not as good to always follow up if I know them really well. But my customers that only orders maybe once a month or only once every couple of months, I do follow up with them. And also, like Erin said, I also do a handwritten thank you that I mail out, but I also send them a message, just a messenger.
I want to know how people manage that who are full-time workers, because there's no way that I could send thank yous, do all that, like, and that's why the back office not being able to track is really frustrating for me, because I don't have time to do all those extra steps in the back office. It's a one-stop shop. I have my power hour, I've scheduled it into my thing, I push track at the back, and that's when I do it. But if I have to do all these extra steps, like I personally can't do it. So I don't know how the people who have like other jobs too, I'm not sure how they like, how do people, Brianna, do you have another job too? Like, how do you manage that? Because that to me is so awesome and I'd love to do that, but there's no, like, I'd be up 24 hours every day. So
I'm a mat leave, but I'm a full-time teacher. But this question will have to go to someone else because I'm the same as you. I'm not great at that. Like I will reach out, but most of the time it's only with new customers or through my VIP group. And then they're not in my VIP group. I do, like, I'm not the best at that. So someone else should take that question. Cause I was thinking the exact same thing.
I'm like,
how am I going to do that? I love that. I love the paper. I like say, I'm an old school,
Me
like
too.
Melissa, like I love, if I can write it out, it's better for me. So I'm going to take some of those suggestions, but someone else, like I have the same question, like how much time does that take to track everyone and the handwritten notes? Like, that's awesome. I
aspire to get there, but there's no way yet.
Goals.
Yeah, goals.
I mean, the handwritten notes, you guys, just so you know, I made postcards on Vistaprint and like I order them with like a coupon code. So I get like 50 of them for like $20 or something. And they're like a cute little graphic. They have my name, my information, like my website and stuff. And they're like a postcard size. And I'm not kidding you. It is like, hey, Cassie, thanks so much for your order. Hope you love it. Like, thanks for supporting me. It is like literally 2.5 seconds of work. There's no like, I mean, truly, but I think it goes a long way. And I will just sit down and hammer out 10 of them or whatever it is that I need to do and then mail them out. So you can make it so that it is like the cards are like built for you, ready to go. And I literally just grab 2 lines and then ship them out. So
is that like a daily thing, a weekly thing, a monthly thing?
Well, clearly, since I was like, oh shoot, I like missed somebody. I mean, that gets lost in like the minutia of my stuff too. So like today is a perfect example where I was like, I've been in the back office a lot because there's a lot going on. It's the end of the month, whatever. And I've been looking at all this different stuff. And so I was like, okay, like this week, like I know today my focus is there's a lot of moving parts for the end of the month that are happening. So like that's where my focus is today. But like tomorrow, like the first of the month, like things sort of like everything just starts over. Everything's just kind of wiped clean. And so usually, especially when like the first of the month is on like a Monday or a Tuesday, it's not like a launch day or whatever, there's like not a lot happening. So at least for me, like as far as like where my brain is at. And so that's a time where I'll be like, today I was like, shoot, like I've got a couple of these things I need to do. So I'll know like, I'm not going to worry about that today. I will like put that on my list that that's something that needs to happen in the next couple of days and send them out. And it doesn't have to be like immediate, right? It's more of just like a gesture. But so basically I will just kind of like, okay, make a checklist. Like here's the 3 or 4 or 5 people or whatever that need to send it out. But it is super fast. And I don't think, I mean, people aren't saving them and putting them on their fridge. Like it's not, this huge thing, but I think it's just like a little nice gesture that I think people appreciate beyond a Facebook Messenger or a DM or whatever, thanking them, I think.
Because like I'm pretty tech savvy with that. And I feel like I could do the same thing, but send an email. Has anyone ever done that?
I have done it, and I actually ended up doing it through MailChimp, and I think majority of people didn't get my email. So
Same.
Yeah, Erin actually shared in Zyia Bells a couple of months ago, just a postcard that you can print on Vista. And that's what I did. So it's just some nice little Zyia pictures. I didn't personalize it at all. It was super cheap. And I also just have the same little blurb, just, hey, thank you for your order. Obviously, I put their little name on it. And I mean, I do Zyia full time, but during the day, I don't do little things like that. I would do that in the evening between cooking or just sitting watching a show with the boys or something like that on the couch. Because I mean, all it is you just go quickly into your back order, grab their name, their details, what they ordered, and just write it quickly. I mean, it doesn't have to be a fancy card, but they are so appreciative of getting it. I've had so many messages when I send them an inbox message and be like, hey, I'm so excited. Thank you. I've got your card. And I always pop in my business card in there as well. So that's how I personalize it. But it's seriously so quickly to do it. And I do it just like not in my workday for Zyia, but just here and there a little bit. I mean, if you get by the end of the week, there's orders, but there's not that many orders that you're actually overwhelmed with. Oh my gosh, I got to write 20 thank you cards now. So if you just keep on top of it, like, you know, it's so easy to do.
I have an example right here. So this is one that I send out after order, and then actually you can put on the back. So it's even got my picture and all of my information, and it is super quick. When someone orders, I just, especially like a new order, right? Like a new customer, quickly write a thank you note, say on there, let me know if you're not happy with something, I can get it taken care of for you. And, you know, real quick, takes 2 minutes.
Yeah, these are the ones, this is in, there is a ton of these with different images, and it just says like, thank you for your order, supporting my small business. And then I just added on the back, I added that little picture up top, and then it has like my name, and my email and my website. And so then I would just write it in there, but there's a whole bunch of different ones of these with like various combinations of like photos and stuff. And then I recently just did like another one for my VIP group, just to kind of like mix it up a little bit, but they're all on Vistaprint. No, not the back office. In the Bells team page, there's an album, I'm pretty sure. Let me look up and see what it's called. At one point, I'm pretty sure they were all together, and there's like a whole bunch of different options, but I think under albums, yeah, it's called thank you card templates, and there's like 6 different options that are in there. And so then you can literally just save them to your phone and upload them to, like, that's another one, and you can just upload them to a like blank template on Vistaprint, and you can add it back if you want, and it's super easy.
Brianna and I have summer goals as teachers. We're going to start working it into our routine in the summer when we have the time. I'm sure all the other teachers on can attest to that.
Same thing.
Oh, I find myself are way higher in the summer, right? It just, and even a lot of your customers are probably teachers, so they're probably not on as much either right now with this crazy world. So, but I love all these ideas. Like I think if you schedule it in once a week, I think we can do this. If you put 1 hour block, you can get through that. Definitely my goal for March. Thanks, ladies.
Awesome. Yeah, thanks, guys. Melissa, would you be able to share the link to Jessica Larson's planner thing that you printed off?
Yeah, absolutely. She's actually, for the people in the States, she's actually working on a physical planner as well.
Oh, cool.
So she's got a bunch of sheets. I printed some couple like for tracking your orders, gift cards, and all of that. But absolutely, I will post it. Do you guys just want it in Team Canada?
Yeah, I think that would be good. Yeah, I think everybody's in Team Canada, so that's good. Yeah, because she's awesome. Like her designs, I bought a design from her for my business cards. She's really great.
Yeah, she's been doing all my stuff.
In Chrissy's Direct Life website, under the part that's like the password protected for like the teams, in her team training, whatever kind of printable section, there are also things like that you can print out that are trackers, like order trackers, for people that like paper stuff. She has a whole bunch of different like business trackers, business planners, same kind of idea that you can print out and then month to month use to like track things or plan things out too. And that's all it's under the like Zyia Gals part, the password protected part that she has on her Direct Life website.
Awesome. That's great. And then that's free then. You don't have to pay for, yeah. Awesome. Okay, does anybody else have anything to add? I think that was all that I wanted to talk about VIP groups, and I love
I do.
it went. Okay, go ahead.
It's not about VIP groups though.
That's okay. That's
It's
okay.
about getting the videos in, because I only have 4 people who sent me a video, and it literally takes like 5 seconds. You put on your outfit, you jump up and down, you twirl a little bit, and you jump up and down again, and then you send it to me. So if you want to be a part of that, because I have to make it tonight, I have a huge project due, and I want to get it out before the start of the week so that people can use it if they want. So send me your videos if you want to be a part of it.
I think I completely missed that. I don't know what I didn't see your request for those videos. So
Yeah, Courtney, I think you might have to post it, because people don't see, like, you're the main person, so people see your post way more frequently than any of our posts. So I think maybe you should make a post about it today so that the algorithm will push it out to more so that people can see it.
Okay, I'll post it.
You can just use my direct post, but if it comes from you, then it might make more sense, because I've been trying to copy it to try and keep pushing it to the top, like add it, but it's not working. Like, people aren't seeing it.
Okay, I'll put it into the chats as well.
Cassie, it's all black, right?
Yeah, I did say all black, but there's some people that were like, I don't have a black top, so they use like blue and stuff, which is totally fine. So yeah.
Okay, just changing my outfit.
okay, so Court, I think that's all that I had. So if anybody else has anything, or if you have anything that you wanted to say, I think
I have a question. Hi.
Okay, hi.
Okay, I'm finding it hard to get new people to host parties. Like, I've tapped out a lot of my best friends, and then people from those parties, like, sometimes I score, but just randomly posting on my VIP page, and like, I don't really like to post on my personal page, and I post to my Instagram stories, but how are you guys getting like new people to host parties? Because in the summer I had like 3-4 parties a week. I was working full time. It was out of control. And now it's like a party here and there. So what's your trick, or what's your secret, or is it just like it happens naturally?
So I find it really ebbs and flows for me. And I'm going to pass this on to, there's other people on this chat that are party queens. Like, I'm not running as many parties as a lot of the people in here, so I'll pass that off. But one thing that I've noticed is, do you ever go on to your VIP group and personally message the people that you don't know as well, to ask them to host a party?
No, I never, like, I don't know. I don't like private messaging people, and I know I've missed a lot of, and then I find out, like, as you said before, I find out they end up joining Zyia, but from someone else.
Yeah.
I get like, I don't like that. Hey girl,
I know.
Like,
but don't just make it you. Just say, because first of all, a lot of people aren't seeing a lot of your content. That's just Facebook. Like, people aren't seeing it, or people are just scrolling by. So if you message them, and if they don't respond to you, or if they, that's fine. Like, they're not going to be mad at you or think anything different of you. And that was my big hurdle to get over, which is so silly. Like, who cares? But I've started to message people that I don't know really on my VIP group, but that I can see are liking, or even people that if I see their profile and I'm like, they would love Zyia. So I've messaged them in Messenger, and I've gotten parties that way. So that's one little trick that I had when I was sort of stagnant, and I kind of tapped out all my resources. But some of the other girls are running like 4 and 5 parties a month or more. So someone else might be able to jump in better.
Did I say your name right? Celine?
Yeah, it's Celine. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. I would also like to piggyback on what Brianna said. I'm not a party queen at all. Like, sometimes I don't run a single party. Like, in February, I had 1 party. Most of my sales just continue to come from repeat customers. But there's actually a lot of people that are seeing your posts that don't like or comment, but you have no idea. And like, the reason I know that is because the last month I've had people that I went to high school with back in Saskatchewan, I'm in Alberta now, who are commenting like negative things, like, enough with your fucking leggings and things like that. Sorry for my language, but like, I've had people comment that way. And so that's how I know that more people are seeing my posts than I actually thought, even if they're not liking or commenting like positive things. So I've had people are like,
I've just said that to you. People have said that on your posts?
Yeah, someone commented on my post on my Facebook page, not on my VIP group that was like, enough with your fucking leggings, lady. And it was a guy I went to high school with, and I just said,
What?
it's easy for you to unfollow me, or like you can simply unfollow me if you don't like what you see. But this is a person I haven't talked to in 12 years, and he's been on my Facebook since high school. So honestly, that is like, it was the best thing that could have ever happened to me, because it proved that even though I'm only getting maybe 6 likes on this post or 1 comment on this post, that people are actually seeing it more than you think. And I've had a couple others comment positive things as well, but not really engage in things. So I think that if you where I'm going with this is, if you cold message them, they might have actually seen it, but they might just need that little push, is where I was going with that. Obviously, I'm not going to contact the guy that messaged.
Yeah, I don't think he wants to buy any shorts or joggers.
Hey, are you, I saw you comment on my page. Are you interested in some leggings?
You guys, at first, when I first woke up and read it, like my heart sunk. And then I looked at it from a completely different viewpoint. I was like, holy shit, if he's seeing my post, then who else is seeing my post? So I tried to change it. But anyways, it was
for you. Good for you though. Like that probably would have like made me cry. Like I would have been like, oh no, but that's good. Like that's a good perspective to have. And he's obviously like angry and coming from a different like negative place that has nothing to do with you. So like,
yeah. When I showed my sister, because she went to high school with him, she's like, well, that's totally Jordan. And I'm like, yep, it totally is. So, but anyways, that's just a side note, but people are seeing your stuff. So I think cold messaging coming from you, they might have seen it.
Okay. I'm gonna try that. I mean, I'm gonna try a lot more in March. Fresh month, big goals. But if anyone has like any specific tactic, or you guys just cold messaging, the ones that are having really good luck with parties. Anyone?
Where's Nicole? Nicole, you've been having lots of good parties with
Yeah, I'm here. Here I am. Sorry, I'm just dealing with my children. Wild. Yeah, so I know I don't cold message people. I have just been having a lot of luck with people booking parties from other parties. And then I also am constantly sharing with people what the hostess got from having a party. Like I find once they see, okay, hi, once they see what like you can get just from hosting a party, that often like gets them intrigued. And I also am always like, I do all the work. You don't have to do anything. A comment here, like there, whatever. When they realize like I really play up how little work it is for the hostess to have a party. I'm like, you have nothing to lose. And then I actually had a couple of people recently who have said, I really want to have a party, but I don't have time to be on Facebook. Like, is there another way I can do it without having to do a party host? And that's where the personal shopping link comes into play, right? So I set it up like a party, and the last 2 that I did actually reached the top level of rewards. So they put a message on their Facebook page and then sent their friends the link, sent whoever their link, and said, share this with your friends. So it was like a spider web. And then I said to the person, give them my contact information. And if they have questions about sizing or anything, I'm happy to help, like as if we were having a party. And then one of them, I actually just did a little video, like a 2-minute video about Zyia, why I love Zyia, and a few of my favorite things. And so they sent that video to people who weren't quite sure, but they're like, oh, what's Zyia? I don't know. And I got a lot of new customers and 2 new parties booked for March just from the personal shopping links, and I didn't even do anything. So that's another way you could do it too.
I like that idea.
Is that you set it up. Yeah. And then you don't really have a party, you're not really posting, but knowing that you're there if they need help or have questions or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like parties are my strength, but my weakness is recruiting, I think. So where I could work on, but yeah, that's just another option about parties.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem.
I have a question back to VIP groups. So mine just reached 100, and I want to know what you guys have done for like a celebration, like a giveaway. But I kind of want to engage all of those that are just in the background looking, and get more people involved in this giveaway. And what types of giveaways have you done?
I've done $25 gift cards, like a this or that, those who comment, and maybe sometimes I'll reinvest maybe $100 back into the business and give away for them, especially maybe the end of the month push. So those, if you judge that maybe each person spends about $100 with that gift card, that can be an extra, $400 by giving away for them by reinvesting $100 in. So that's what I mostly do, is gift cards. I don't know if anybody else has any other suggestions that they use.
So I do those periodically through the month or that last month end push. But I'm specifically talking about like, hey, we've reached 100 people in the group, and kind of reward it that way. And maybe a little bit of verbiage that said like along the lines of, hey, if we keep growing the group, you like, this is a great giveaway, let's keep going type thing to encourage more people to join.
So what about using some of your rewards and giving away a pair of leggings or a bra or something? Like, I have a lot of rewards, and I'm now to the point is that I don't use all of it. So I love when I'm claiming rewards, assigning one of those. Obviously I have it shipped at my house, but doing legging giveaway, because that's a good way for people to try the leggings, because most of the time when they try the leggings, they get hooked. So I like doing that. And then it's also nothing, well, not really anything out of my pocket, or not much.
Yeah, that's
I like the legging giveaway, because I think feeling something more tangible, like a legging versus money, $50, $100. I feel like that's like, I would love that. Oh, leggings versus money. You have such a wide variety, like, to think about, like, oh, what do I want? There's so many options, right?
Well, and then people know that they have to spend money too. Like, so if you get a $25 gift card, like, you're like, oh, score, but then I still have to spend $75, and maybe that's not the budget. But I agree. Like, I've given away a boyfriend sweater before and stuff like that. I find people like it way better. They're more engaged if they're going to get something, not just a gift card. So 100 is a big milestone. So you could try something like that.
The other thing that's really helpful is to do like a poll in the group and give options of like what you're considering to do for giveaways, because you may be surprised at what people actually are excited about. I did this in December or January, I can't remember, fairly recently. And I do like usually a couple giveaways in my group, and I don't always do Zyia stuff just because my group is kind of a little bit more sort of lifestyle-y and whatever. And so I had put a whole bunch of different options, and it was like a gift card. It was like, some of my favorite things, blah, blah, blah. I had kind of this list, and weirdly, people all voted for the gift card, which was actually normally what I would have thought would have been kind of like the least appealing to people, because I tend to get the most engagement over like, here's this new whatever that I love, and non-Zyia kind of stuff. And so I was really surprised by that. So you can put, would you guys love a bra, a pair of leggings, a gift card, whatever it is, and then see what the feedback is that you get, see what people are interested in. Because sometimes when you actually go to the group and ask them what they want, what like my group wants and what your group wants and like whatever may be completely different. And so then that way you're not like throwing Jello at a wall and then kind of like, oh, like that didn't work. or whatever. I used to do a lot with like the mystery hostess kind of thing where like I would give away a set of hostess rewards at the end of the month. And that was the same kind of thing as the gift card where I felt like in theory, you're like, oh, great, I can get like all of this stuff for like a great price. But like in reality, like you're still giving something away that people are spending money on, right? So like it's appealing to certain people, and other people I think are kind of like, I mean, thanks, but like I'd rather have somebody just give me leggings or give me a bra or whatever it is. So I kind of stopped doing that just because over time I was like, I don't really think people love this, right? But everybody's group is different. Everybody's like network and market is different. So sometimes just asking will give you like the best insight into what it is that you should do, like market research.
I love that. I love the poll idea because it also puts engagement out there too, right? Now, my next question, when doing that, do you reward these leggings to only the people that did a vote? Sorry, I guess do the draw for only the people that voted.
I don't
I think
think
it depends what you're giving, what you're rewarding people for, right? So, I mean, what I typically do for my giveaways is there is a portion of it that's related to purchasing, and I don't do it by amount anymore. I do it like either you purchased or you don't, because I don't really want to like monetize somebody's ability to support my business because they can buy a bomber bra that's $31 versus somebody that can spend $400 on my business, right? Like the bottom line is both of those people are engaging with me and supporting me, right? So mine, I've like made them simpler and simpler and simpler. And now basically it's like either you buy something or you refer people to my group. And like those are your points of entry. Some people will do it like more complicated for like a point system, like if you comment on post or if you share my group or if you post a picture of yourself or whatever it is. So you can make it as simple or as complex as you want. I know my market and my group like is not like that, all of that minutia is not something that they're engaged in. So I just don't do it. But you can, again, knowing your market, knowing your group, you can come up with something that makes sense. And I think ideally rewarding people that have already purchased and help support your business is good. But I think it's also good to reward people that are referring you or that are inviting people to your group and they're helping you build your business, because that's where you will have that organic growth in your VIP group over time. It's not just the people that are purchasing, it's the people that are also willing to share your website and invite new people and all that. That's where that kind of like compounding growth comes from.
I know one more thing, like it's a little bit, it goes back to the question about what to do when you hit those milestones with 100 people and whatever. Nadia isn't on here, but I've learned so much about VIP groups from Nadia because her VIP group was like 750 people in it or something. But she consistently does a draw every 25 people that gets added. So she will do it like, 100, 125, 150 consistently, and people expect that, they know that. And so I think it really works for her to add people in. I haven't had the same success, but if you're thinking about rewarding people in increments, even 50 people or whatever, I do think that really worked for Nadia.
I'll jump in here too. Another thing that Nadia does, and I have done as well to help with engagement in the group, is rewarding your top, what do you call them? When you go in your VIP group, in your settings, top contributors. So you can go and see who has been contributing to your VIP group the most. So the person who's been like commenting the most and liking and whatever, you'll see like who are those top 10 people. And with that, you can reward those people with different things. So we've done, not last month, but in December when we weren't too busy, I had done, if you hit, I rewarded the top 10 people with a $10 gift card or whatever, just for being those top contributors. And that really increased my engagement in my group, like big time, because people are like, oh, I want to be one of those top contributors, just to get that extra little incentive for being a part of the VIP group.
Yeah, I have seen that work for a lot of people. That's a great idea. And I think that it really does. You really do notice the difference in the engagement in your group when you do something like that. And that is key. That is key to beating the Facebook algorithms. The posts that get commented on are seen by way more people. And so even if like I add myself to every team member that joins my team, I add myself to their group, and I always comment, and they comment on my stuff, and it because then it does help their posts, everyone's posts get seen more, and then that's helpful. So if you can find a way to build engagement in your group, that's really, really good.
This has been an incredible call. So many takeaways. So we are.
You guys recorded this, right? Did
Yeah.
someone? Okay. Is it Courtney? Is it you that's recording it, or?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you please share it? This call is awesome, you guys. There's so many good ideas. I love it. Can you please share the link when you have it uploaded into the messenger threads? Because people, as we're talking about, even in the team pages, people I don't think are seeing a ton of the posts. And this was awesome. And I know there's a bunch of people in the US that need this too. So if you don't mind, when you have it, if you can post it in the bells thread too, because this was great. You guys have awesome ideas.
Definitely. Yeah, I'll get it, upload it this morning and then post it out. Amazing call, so many takeaways. Yeah. So since we've been on for about an hour, did anybody have anything else before we let you guys go and enjoy your Sunday? So many takeaways. Can't wait to implement them.
Happy end of the month, you guys. It's the last day.
Yeah. Check those numbers.
Look at those numbers. March is going to be really good too. I have a really good feeling about it. So get excited.
Thanks for hosting, Bree.
Oh, no problem. Thanks for all the great ideas. I'm so glad we had so many people jumping in and brainstorming. It was great. Perfect.
Awesome.
Thanks, guys.
Happy Sunday, everybody.
Take care, everybody. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.